Amy Lynn Bradley didn't simply vanish. She was intercepted, and investigators now believe the last 90 minutes of her life on that ship were the most critical. Between 3:30 a.m. and 5:15 a.m., multiple passengers reported seeing the same disturbing pattern. A man from the ship's band watching Amy, standing near her, following her movements, never speaking but always close. Amy had told her family earlier, "These guys are giving me the creeps." She wasn't afraid of the ocean. She wasn't drunk. She wasn't confused. She was being watched. Where her father saw her 5:15 a.m., she was sitting quietly on the balcony, her legs crossed, her cigarette beside her. Nothing looked wrong, but investigators now believe Amy had already sensed something. That's why she hadn't slept. She stayed awake on purpose, waiting for sunrise, waiting for safety. She never made it. In the few minutes between her father closing his eyes and reopening them, Amy disappeared, quietly, cleanly, with no signs of struggle. This wasn't an accident. This wasn't a fall. This was an extraction. The only question is, who took her? And why was the ship allowed to continue operating as if nothing happened? The Bradley family reported Amy missing immediately. But instead of locking down the ship, Royal Caribbean made 3 decisions that still shock investigators. Decision 1. They refused to make a ship-wide announcement that a woman was missing. They said it would disturb the guests. This allowed anyone involved to move freely, to blend in, to escape. Decision 2. They allowed passengers to disembark in Curaçao. No ID checks, no photo verification, no searches. If Amy had been taken off the ship, this was the exact moment she was removed forever. Decision 3. They misled the family about the search. Staff told the Bradleys they were checking every corner of the ship, but witnesses later revealed no cabin-to-cabin search happened. No restricted area was checked. They didn't shut down the casino. They didn't secure the staff-only hallways. They didn't inspect storage rooms. And they did not interview the band members, especially the one who had shown interest in Amy, until much later. By then, the ship had already docked. People had already disappeared. The window to save her was already closing. The case should have gone cold, but it didn't, because after the cruise, people began seeing Amy. Not once, not twice, but multiple times over the next decade. Weeks after the disappearance, 2 tourists reported seeing a woman on a Curaçao beach. She was with men. They wouldn't let her speak. When the tourist approached, the men quickly pulled her away. The tourists later identified her from a photo instantly. They were certain it was Amy. A Navy officer claimed he met a terrified woman in a Caribbean brothel years later. She leaned toward him and whispered, "My name is Amy Bradley. Please help me." Before he could react, she was dragged away. His testimony passed every polygraph test. He had no reason to lie. The photo, the one that broke the case. In 2005, a website used to advertise trafficked women posted a photo of a woman labeled Jazz. Her face was blank, emotionless, but unmistakable. Investigators showed the photo to the Bradley family. Amy's mother collapsed. Her father went silent. They all agreed. That's Amy. Experts analyzed facial features, ears, chin lines, eye spacing, and the match was near perfect. Amy was alive, somewhere, and trapped. If the sightings were accurate, if Amy was held against her will, then the most painful truth emerges. She didn't die on the ship. She didn't fall. She was taken, sold, and held in a world designed to erase identities. A world where people disappear and are never found. Amy Lynn Bradley may still be out there, waiting for someone to recognize her, waiting for someone to listen, waiting for someone to believe her story. This is the mystery that refuses to end. And until the final questions are answered, Amy's voice will echo through every unsolved case, every missing persons report, and every investigation that dares to ask, how does a woman vanish from a ship full of witnesses?